Dr. Ben Carson is with us as of right now. Dr. Carson, always a pleasure. Welcome back to the program, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Isn't this how the left always tries to shut people up by saying, that guy's a racist, if you support him, you're a racist, be quiet? That's what happens.
Yeah, that tends to be their modus operandus, and they don't want to hear anything that even resembles opposition to what they have to say.
Right.
You want to talk about intolerance. That's where you see it. And that's one of the things I mentioned on the View. I said, you know, First Amendment rights are incredibly important. They're foundational in this country. And where do you see them being trampled on? You see it at Trump rallies. You don't see it at Hillary Clinton rallies or at Bernie Sanders rallies. This comes only from the left. And they're unwilling and unable to even understand the concept that they're being unfair.
But she just raised her voice. We've often spoken, Dr. Carson, you and I have often spoken about this. You are a soft-voiced guy. You sit back, not forward. Your voice is soft, not loud. Whoopi Goldberg just steamrolled it right over you. Loud voice. He's like Hitler. He's a racist. Arguably, she won that audience.
Well, that was her audience. There's no question about that. But there are millions of other people who had an opportunity to see a voice of reason versus a bullying voice. And I think it makes an impression on them, too. And what I hope to do at some point is bring America to a point where we're willing to engage in rational, conversation. We lay our points on the table. We discuss our differences. But we don't become enemies about it. We don't try to demonize each other about it. We have to reach that level of maturity. And if we don't reach it, we will destroy ourselves.
Last real quick issue, the spousal spat between Trump and Cruz. I think it's really awful. I think it really drags the discourse down to the lowest possible level. You agree with me on this one, sir?
Absolutely. And I tried to talk about that, when I was running. I said, don't you guys want to talk about the issues? There's such important issues that are facing our society. We're destroying ourselves with debt. Nobody even mentions the fiscal gap. And you look at our leadership issues around the world, and we want to talk personality, we want to engage in personal attacks. It doesn't make any sense. And yet, we the people, the population, is partly responsible because we encourage it.
It is Good Friday, and we know that you are indeed a practicing Christian, and we thank you very much for being with us on this very special day. Dr. Carson, everyone, thank you, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.